Hi everyone, going to take a little trip back down Wayah Road here. We just got up here and made it down to our turnaround. As the lens will probably tell you, it's starting to mist a little bit. I don't know if this will be worthwhile or not. I'll try to remember to clean the lens if I can. But I'm going to take another little trip down. Unfortunately, I know what we're going to run into. There's going to be a blockage down here. On the way up here, someone had a car wreck. And I don't know whether they hit head on or I don't really know what happened, but it looks like the left front of a little sports car here is all torn up and obviously can't drive. And a big wrecker just came down this road from the direction of Franklin to pick it up, and hope with luck they're going to have it. They won't have it loaded by now, but we might be able to get by. If we can't, we'll see. But it's a really beautiful place through here. Dark today because of the mist and rain. We're going to get more rain coming in today and the next few days, unfortunately. But we have had a couple of good days. I shot some good videos yesterday of the Dragon and Moonshiners, Yellow Creek, our favorite places to ride up here. I hope we don't get bored with that I keep posting videos every year on our trip of those, because that's where we ride. That's what we like to ride to when we're up here. And there are longer rides that we will go on, but we usually save those for the summer, or sometimes for in October if the weather's good. And but like I said, we'll shoot some different ones in. I have done Great Smoky Mountain National Forest. I've did video through there, and we did Wayah Bald and not Wayah Bald. Well, I actually did do that, but the Klingman's Dome is up there. Been through towns in the backside of the Dragon. We've done the Chair Hall Parkway and the Skyway and just everything. We've hit a lot of places around here, and we will hit more. It's just that this is the first of the year trip, and the weather is pretty much iffy, and it looks like we didn't hit it really lucky this trip. So we'll probably keep our riding fairly close to the campground. Nothing worse than being 2 or 3 hours away from the campground and get wet, or just have it start raining for, And my lovely wife says she's ridden 80 miles an hour on the highway between semis in the rain before, but she doesn't want to do it ever again, and so we try to avoid that. Yeah, my face shield's misting up more and more, so don't know how good this video will be, but let's just give you an idea what's going on. Hasn't stopped the fly fishermen. They're down there. The mist is not enough apparently to where they're really getting wet, but of course we're riding through it, picking it up a little more and more. But we'll see how things go. Like I said, we're going to get down here in just a minute, and I know that road's going to be blocked, and I hope she remembers that. We'll see, but we'll have plenty of time to see it coming. I just don't know if the road will be wide enough we may just have to sit there and wait for him to load it, for him to get finished. Kind of curious to see how he's going to load it. It's in a pretty narrow spot. He's going to probably end up having to block the whole road, and but I don't know whether he wants to turn around first and come back this way or whatever. He came down from this way, but now whether he'd already come up and turned around to go back to load it, I don't know. When we saw him, he was headed the same direction I am now. There he is. There's the fisherman. Watching somebody. Oh, they're just sitting there thinking about it. Here it is, Northern Light. I've heard of that brand. That's a nice one. Real nice. I like that canopy off the back of it. Ours does not have a canopy on the back at the door, but it has one on the side. I guess we could have got one for the back, I guess. Really nice through here. I hope you can see the river there, creek, river, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's a river. And the spot's just really, really narrow, but that's the way it is. Susan's getting out a little bit ahead of me. I'm sure I'm going to run around the corner. She's going to be stopped by that wrecker. Let's see. She's not that far ahead. She just went around the corner. I'm purposely going slow. I'm just looking around and checking out everything. I wish I got out and did a little more videos, did some more vlogging. I'm really trying to make myself do it in Atlanta. There's not really much interesting there that I want to take you guys to, but you know, I'm just going to have to start doing it because it's not fair to me, or you know, I'm just not enjoying it as much when I only do it, you know, 3 weeks a year when we're on our little vacations. But I'm trying to do it more. To be honest with you, I live a dull life now. The only thing that happens in my life is family stuff, and to be honest, I don't really feel that it would be appropriate for me to share a whole bunch of that stuff. I mean, I know the people that are involved in it probably don't want to have anything to do with that. Okay, well, this is where it was. The wrecker is not here. Maybe he was too big of a wrecker. See if we can get a better video of this coming through here. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, it's torn up pretty bad. Oh boy, I hate it for him. I really do. You know, nothing worse than coming up here and to have a good time and tear your car up. But if I thought about that for Susan and I, at some point, we're probably not going to want to come up here, and you know, we'll get too old to really enjoy riding, or it won't be as safe as it should be. I mean, personally, I think I could go on forever, but I don't know that that's going to be the case. But if we ever do get off these things and we feel like we still want to come up here and enjoy this place, then I wouldn't mind having a nice little sports car, small car. Wouldn't have to be a fast car. I've looked at a lot of different cars, kind of, you know, trying to think in the future what would be a good car. And I don't know, you might have some suggestions. I've always liked the Miatas, but they've gotten a little bigger since they came out, but I don't know that I'd want one. I've never even been in one. I wanted a Z3 BMW for a while, until I sat in one and realized that I couldn't get in and out of it, period. It's just way too small for someone who's over 6 feet, I think. And I know Susan would be able to get in and out of it very well. It's because it's so low. So I don't know what to do. I'll have to think about it. Probably have to ride around some. I like the Hyundai Veloster. I didn't used to like it, but it's grown on me. They're 4 cylinders. They make a 4-cylinder with a turbo. That'd be kind of fun up here. I've never had a car with a turbo. My truck has a turbo, but it's a diesel, so it's a little different. But you know, something like that. I've had the roads up here. I guess ideally for us, maybe if I wanted to get a convertible, and that's another thing too. Do I want a convertible? Do I want to go with a conventional top? I've never had a convertible, truly. I had a dune buggy once that didn't have a top, but that's not really a convertible. I think they call those roadsters, which is what Can-Am, coincidentally enough, calls these. But I've had cars with the roof panels came out and stuff like that, and maybe that's a way to go, something like that. But I've looked at Mustangs. How about a Mustang? Mustangs were really popular. They're really nice, and they're maybe something like that. But they're actually kind of big on some of these roads out here, believe it or not. Something more like a Mini Cooper would be fun. I've actually leaned toward the Mini Cooper. I thought that might be kind of cool, but I don't know. If you have a suggestion, let me know. But again, I'm not going to do this today or tomorrow or even next year, hopefully. But I'm just trying to think ahead. Alrighty, well, that was Wayah Road again, coming back down the other way. I hope you got to see some of it and the mist didn't tear it up too bad. Everyone take care. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.